Good morning. Today is Monday, November 6th. It is another day that you're alive and breathing. And I'm grateful that you're here listening whenever you are listening. I'm grateful that I'm here breathing. And this morning I woke up, same time, 5 a.m. to get ready for Divine King's Council at 5:30. And I always have headset on. I have Bluetooth headset. And for some reason today it didn't want to work. And I kept trying and I made other people hosts and had to come back in and it just wouldn't work. They couldn't hear me. And got a little flustered, but it was okay. We started a little later than I wanted to. And, in that, leading these men through breath work and some movement and then sharing, it hit me that I'm covering my ears to be able to listen, right? I'm trying to listen to them, but I needed to listen to other things around me. And this reminds me of my life, right? A lot of times we're too busy chattering, talking, saying things, not just figuratively, or not just literally, but figuratively, right? Maybe we're trying to do this thing, trying to go after this goal, trying to get after this thing that we want, but we're not sitting still long enough to listen. And if you listen and you get quiet and you get into the nuance of things and really sit with something, you can hear your inner voice, that inner voice, whatever you want to call it God, call it source, call it universe, call it your higher self, whatever it is that you call it. A lot of times that guidance and that voice is very quiet. And it's quiet for a reason. It's quiet so that you will sit still and listen. And so, the other day I spoke about how I woke up with some anxiety and feeling anxious, and I turned to the men in the group and they were like, one of the things that they said was, the vibration of waiting and the vibration of being are two different things. And you need to try to be in the vibration of being whatever it is that you're wanting, right? That you feel like you're waiting for, which that's what I was talking about. I'm kind of sick and tired of waiting on things, waiting for things to happen. And what's come out of that for me is to listen, right? As soon as I was able to and let's be real, let me be honest with you. Switching from the vibration of being or from the vibration of waiting to being is not easy. It's not something it's not just like a obvious switch on the wall. You're like, oh, there's the switch, let me flip it. It's actually quite nuanced and hard to get there, right? What are the instructions? How do you actually do that? How do you change your vibration from waiting to being? And it takes me a few days to integrate something like that, and lo and behold, this time it was later on that day that I just sat there in quiet, in the stillness, and I listened and I said, how can I be the vibration of being in this instance, in this situation? And I just sat there quiet, and nothing really came to me, but I just sat there and breathed, and I could just feel like this really quiet calmness inside, right? And not a few hours later, and I didn't realize this till later, right? I didn't come up with this on the spot. I realized this later what happened, and this is how it happens all the time. Not a few hours later, some money that I was waiting on arrives. Literally. And somebody came to me and said, here's some money. Bam. Awesome. Amazing. Great. Then a situation with my condo in Puerto Rico needing to be sublet. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I have some issues over there. I don't have my keys over there. There's nobody over there for me. All of a sudden, there's somebody willing to sublet my place. So that financial commitment that I have will be made easier if someone else is staying in my condo while I'm gone, right? And so all of those things happened the moment, literally almost the moment that I was able to switch from waiting to being. And now the nuance of that is difficult, right? I wish I could tell you exactly what steps to take for you to get from one vibration to the other. But what I can say confidently is that it took me to listen. It took my chatter, my how is this going to work? What if this doesn't happen? Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, all that bullshit, all that voice that's like trying to do things, figure things out, trying to force things, worrying, the anxious voice in your head that's like, da-da-da-da-da, I had to quiet that down, sit still, and listen. And now I'm listening for the nuance, because I want to be able to identify and understand the nuance of being able to switch that, because I want to be able to teach others. I want to be able to instruct others, because I'm just making you aware of what I'm learning, that listening sometimes is needed. And I'm going to go into another example of listening where it's louder, right? When you don't listen in your life, right? And it could be a number of things. It could be your body being sick, a serious illness, a serious injury. It means you weren't listening to your body. It could be a devastating heartbreak, a relationship that's ended in a really bad way. Chances are you weren't listening to that inner voice that was telling you to leave that relationship, or that was telling you that you deserve more, or you deserve better, or this person isn't for you, or you were listening to the voice of, I want love, I need love, and even if this isn't good for me, I'm going to take what I can get, right? Settling for less than you deserve. And if you stay in a situation like that long enough, and there is a calling on your life, whatever you want to call it, we'll call it God, call it the universe, it will separate you from these people, from these things, so that you'll listen, right? I'm the poster child for this, right? Had I not had this, really devastating heartbreak some months ago, I wouldn't be stepping into what I'm stepping into now. I wouldn't be in the place where I'm at. I wouldn't be surrendered in my life. I wouldn't be answering this calling that I feel deep inside of me to lead men, to lead myself, to lead others, to go and create what was always within me to create, to be open to establishing a relationship with God, if you want to call it that. I've been on a spiritual journey. I still have a lot of questions around organized religion, but I definitely know there's been a presence that's been bigger than me in my life, watching over me, guiding my steps, even when my stubborn ass wanted to go one way. There was guardrails, right? And so just coming to be aware of that guidance and that presence in my life has me open to a lot of things. And none of it would have happened if it wasn't for this heartbreak that happened. And yesterday I went to church, and I haven't been to church. I went to church last Sunday too. I hadn't been to church in like 15 years. I actually wanted to go to church. I was really triggered before church, really, really emotionally triggered, fighting back tears, the whole drive there. And I found myself like trying to stuff it. I'm in the car with my friend, and I'm not trying to have her see me like that, even though she's totally safe and able to hold space for me. I just, there's that pride that comes up. And, I found myself fighting these emotions around a situation from the past. And eventually I was like, okay, what are you here for? Let me listen. Why are you coming up right now? Why are you here? What do you want me to do about this? What do you want me to say? What do you want from me? This emotion, this feeling. And I just got curious and quiet and listened to that. And it didn't go away. I walked into church and I was still feeling that way, and they had the worship music on and stuff. And as I came in, one of my favorite worship songs came on. And it was like, okay, I'm here, I'm present. And that feeling kind of dissipated. And today I'm going to spend some time asking myself, what was that there for? But that's along the theme of listening, right? And so I just want to share, that's what I wanted to share today. I wanted to share that sometimes we do a whole lot of talking and doing and thinking and figuring out and planning and plotting and trying to manifest, when what we really need to do on a daily basis is get quiet and listen. Because that voice, that guidance is always found, almost always found. It's a quiet voice in the stillness, when you're surrendered and listening and open to hear whatever it is that it's there to tell you. So if you're having troubles in your life, if you're having situations in your life, maybe, just maybe, try and get quiet and listen to whatever it's trying to say to you, and go from there. And with that, I'll leave you guys with blessings and big love. Peace out.